Hi everybody and welcome back to Blogmas. This time for Christmas Eve we're going to be doing a vlog instead. So surprise, here we are, and Zach is making the rare appearance and is going to be doing a Christmas Q&A with me. We're going to be answering some of the top questions that we have for Christmas and making it a little fun little video for you guys. So I guess we'll just dive right in.
Here's some questions.
Okay, so I'm going to start off pretty simple. What is your favorite Christmas treat?
Treat. A sugar cookie.
Well, what kind of sugar cookie?
Frosted.
Frosted sugar cookie.
Sorry?
Like as simple as you can get,
Yep.
right?
Lots of sugar.
We make fun of him and we call him vanilla because he likes the most simple treats and pretty much just the most simple everythings.
It's rude.
Out of everything you can make. His favorite ice cream flavor is in fact vanilla. So
Not complicated. It's a good thing.
Simple answers. Yeah.
You're welcome.
So for mine, my absolute favorite Christmas treat would probably be my mom's homemade peanut butter balls. Those are my absolute favorite. Like I could pop them like candy and I get in trouble over Christmas because I just keep going back to the fridge and eating more because they're way better when they're cold. Like I can't even tell you. You've had them.
I
They're
like
so good.
Oreo balls more myself, but
Oreo truffles.
whatever.
There's a difference.
I like Oreo balls better.
Anything, cookies, anything I am all about. I will go back for multiple rounds. So I think we're both the same on that page. If it's there, we'll eat it. So, okay, next one. Favorite Christmas movie?
I like A Christmas Story.
Which I have never seen. Never seen A Christmas Story. I know, crazy. Make fun of me all you want. He does all the time. But he just recently found out that I haven't seen it. So
It's a movie everyone has seen, so I cannot assume that you haven't seen. Most people have seen it. So to not see it's a little weird. It's on
I don't know.
everywhere during Christmas.
I don't know. Don't know what to tell you. My favorite one is, okay, first of all, of course, any year-round movie, I could watch this whenever I wanted. But Nightmare Before Christmas, so that can be watched, like, seriously all year round. How many times have I seen that movie?
I've seen it 100 times at least.
Because of me.
Yeah.
But if I'm going more traditional and sticking with that, the Santa Claus movies are some of my absolute favorites. They're so classic and just like light-hearted, warm, fuzzy feelings. I like those.
Fair.
You want to read the next question?
For Christmas trees, what you're getting at here?
Yeah.
If you like multicolored or clear lights on your Christmas trees.
Well, first of all, I guess we should start off by saying we both have artificial trees. I think it's too much work to even come close to getting a real tree. I've never had a real tree in my whole life. Have you?
No, we've always had artificial.
Yeah, they're a lot easier and there's less cleanup, I think. So, but on my Christmas trees, we've always grown up. This is ours behind us from my family. We always have clear lights. We've always done clear lights. I think it's really, really timeless and just, there's not a lot like to it. I mean, we have a lot of crazy colored ornaments, but I like to stick with the clear, simple lights. Whereas Zachary,
I'm a fan of the multicolored. I like the different flashing colors. Makes you draw your attention to it more, if you ask me.
yeah?
Yeah.
Have you grown up with that your whole life?
Yeah.
So I don't know what we're gonna do when, obviously we're gonna have to get our own tree.
Have 2 trees.
And yeah, I guess we'll have like a multicolored one and a clear one. Best of both worlds. Isn't that right? Right now on our little mini tree at home though, it's clear. So I'm winning.
Shocking.
Okay, favorite Christmas gift you have ever received in all of your Christmases?
My Nintendo 64. Hands down.
Of course. So if you don't know,
The late
Zach
90s.
collects N64 systems. It's his absolute favorite. He plays Super Smash Bros. On it all the time. I give up playing with him because it's like not even fun because he's so good. But yeah, that's not a huge surprise. Is there a little backstory behind that?
What do you mean?
Waking up to your N64 system?
Yeah, I would sneak down and when I knew no one was awake and go see what the presents were for that year. And I still remember going down and seeing that Nintendo 64, the ice blue one, sitting there. It was the best feeling.
And it's unwrapped.
It's
apparently their Christmas tradition is that their big gift is left unwrapped, which I did not know until today.
Just sits out. Yeah, that's the best way to do it because I can go down and see it before everyone's awake.
He told me the story. He had beads hanging down, you know, like full 70s vibes up in his room when he was a kid on the door. So the parents knew, like, when on Christmas morning they would get up to sneak out. But what? You had a little open section underneath?
There was like a foot between the end of the beads and the floor.
So what would you do?
You'd arm crawl underneath it and get by from sneaking past it. Pretty easily.
This kid sleeps in every single day until like 11 o'clock, throughout his whole childhood even. And the one day he wakes up early is Christmas at like 5 in the morning and army crawls underneath some beads to go sneak and snoop at his presents.
That's pretty common, I feel like. A lot of kids wake up early and maybe not sneak down and see what the presents are, but
They don't army crawl under some beads though.
but they wake up early on Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or not sleep at all.
I think you're probably the most snoopy person about your gifts.
I like receiving, I don't like giving them, but yeah, I can tell what they are most of the time if I get a little snooping in.
So it's not even fun.
Yeah,
Okay,
excuse me.
you want to read the next question?
Well, I just mentioned it. Do you rather like giving gifts or receiving them?
So I've talked about it in my blog posts before, but I absolutely love giving gifts. I love hand-picking everything for everybody, and like I end up getting them throughout the year because I just see things and I'm like, oh my gosh, this person would love it. Oh, just save it for Christmas. So I usually have people's gifts like 6 months before actual Christmas, unless I find things here and there. But I really love giving gifts. Like, it just gives me so much good feeling inside. Whereas you just like receiving them.
I'm such a bad gift giver, so I don't like giving them because I just feel like it's just so boring.
He's really not that bad.
I feel like I'm not very good, so I like receiving them instead. That's just me.
I think you like the anticipation. It's almost like with your Pokemon cards. The anticipation of like opening a gift that you don't know what it is.
The unknown is always exciting. Could be anything.
We're off to a great start of like, we're opposites. So, I don't know, compatibility.
Pretty much.
There we go. Okay, sledding or ice skating?
Sledding will always win that one for me.
You like sledding? I feel
I
like
think
there's
so
a lot
for
more
hours.
danger in sledding. Like, I feel like there's way more risk factors, so I think that's why I kind of stick with ice skating. I don't look like I'm a deer on ice, like a newborn deer, like wobbling around. Like I feel pretty comfortable on ice skates. I don't know why. I've never like been a huge ice skater my whole life or anything, but like I feel pretty comfortable. And like sleds, I don't know, like I feel like you're gonna just ramp off something and you're just gonna like break your arm. It's fun, don't get me wrong, I enjoy
You can't break
sledding.
your arm when you wear a sweatshirt and then a coat and then a
You
lot of
could,
padding.
if you
Okay,
ramp
I'm
off
just
in the air.
exaggerating. But it's more exciting. You
That
build a
one
ramp.
time, we had one time back in Nebraska, we went to this hill and we were both sledding and it was a great time, but somebody made like this packed ice, like little ramp. And Zach was like, ooh, it's gonna be so much fun, like we're gonna go down it, and I still remember, it was so funny. There was a dad and his daughter were the only ones out there with us, and they were sitting on top of the hill with me as Zach was going down, and he went down at like high speeds. Like he like running start, went down, what were you on your belly?
Oh yeah, I was on my belly.
Yeah, on his belly, went over this ramp and just like hung in the air like so long. It was the funniest, like most comical I don't know. It looked like out of a cartoon. Like he just hung there and like he kind of flipped in the air a little bit and was just like.
Well, the ramp wasn't
so
built.
high.
It wasn't built for like a 45-degree launch. It was up straight in the air. I probably should have realized that before I started my very quick descent, but it was too late. I just had to go with it.
It was so funny. I'm so happy like you didn't get hurt or anything, but
I'm surprised.
that's crazy. You were launched in the air.
That's why it's fun. That's why it's better than ice skating.
I don't know. Ice skating is just cute, and it's a cute little couples thing that you can do. I like that. A little date night fun for you guys. Go ice skating. Okay, next one.
Reindeer or snowmen?
I don't know. I thought this was a pretty like. I don't know. I thought we'd both have the same answer for this one, and I guess not. But I am like a reindeer person, but I love animals. Like any animal, I will go pet this animal. I want to touch their noses. It's like this weird thing I have, but I love pets' noses. It's weird, I know. But I don't know. I pick the reindeer because I think they're more fun.
Building a snowman is more fun to me. You have to have the right type of snow and everything, but just the whole experience of it. I don't know. You never see reindeer. You don't, I mean.
They have them at like certain events. They'll bring reindeer.
Yeah, but you can always build a snowman. Well, not always if it doesn't
Well, see,
snow.
okay, maybe I don't like snowmen because I didn't have a lot of opportunities to build snowmen. You're in Nebraska, grew up in Nebraska, I'm sure you had a lot of white Christmases. Okay, moving on to one of my favorite questions because you all know how much I love candles and I love smell good stuff. It goes on to what is your favorite Christmas scent? You are really picky about candles, so...
Not picky.
You are
There's just
picky.
certain ones that I know I don't like. Peppermint is always my favorite. Christmas, or I guess any scent. I like vanilla is not really a Christmas scent, but that's probably my other
That's your go-to
favorite.
scent.
Yeah, I'm a vanilla fan.
See?
But peppermint
He's
is
vanilla. You're vanilla.
great. Peppermint is definitely my Christmas flavor.
One time though, I got peppermint spray. Did not like that.
That was weird. That was very weird.
What is the difference?
It was very strong and like it just wasn't subtle at all. I don't know. Maybe I just like the flavor of peppermint the most.
Can never please him. Who knows?
Sure.
My favorite, which you do not like, but you haven't complained about it that much since I've been burning it. It's a candle from Bath & Body Works, and it's called Fresh Balsam. And it smells like fresh Christmas tree. Since we don't have a real tree, I think it's nice to be able to burn a candle that makes it smell like we do. Because I do love the scent. It's like fresh and clean. You know, sometimes I like the desserty smelling scents, but I think I kind of more so go for the fresh, clean scents in candles at least. I like. But
Yeah,
like,
I don't like the
I mean, who
nature
doesn't
scents.
like natural baking cookies? Like, that scent is always really good too.
Not a fan of like the nature candles.
So we have some conflict when we're trying to decide on what candles to get at our apartment.
Nah.
Okay, there's only one more question left. Do you want to read it?
No, you can. I want to answer.
You want to answer? You'll answer first. Okay, so it's going to be the typical question of what is your favorite Christmas memory?
I have always been a snooper. I'm a master at snooping through presents. So I have some memories of me going through a certain present as a kid looking for a specific thing, and when I think I can figure out the right box, I'll take a little wrapping paper off and look at like the label or something.
But you did it a little bit at a time. This is his thing. He is so, I mean,
I have it mastered.
you're smart. You could be a Slytherin because you're so like cunning, and this is something a Slytherin would totally do. But he would take off a little bit of wrapping paper each day, so it didn't look like he was taking off a lot at a time. So it wouldn't be as noticeable. Like, who does that? This is like a master snooper. Kids, get your tips.
Commitment. That's what it is.
Commitment.
Commitment to snooping.
Luckily, you kind of grew out of it so that you didn't know exactly.
Yeah,
what you're getting from me now.
I like more of the unknown now. I like opening, not knowing what to expect. Then I wanted to know.
That's sneaky. Sneaky. I was never that way as a kid. I never came down and like snooped through my stuff. I always have liked the surprise of not knowing what I'm gonna get.
Never used to.
Okay. My favorite Christmas memory, it happened a lot at my old house, but we had a chimney at our old house. But my dad and mom would always like make everything look like Santa came to our house. They would decorate it. They would put like boot prints on the chimney. They would put confetti in the chimney and like confetti and stuff like all throughout the house and like on the doors and like there was fingerprints everywhere. I don't know, it was so cool. Like waking up as a kid and finding that was like super awesome. So props to my parents for making like a super fun thing for kids. That's awesome. And as I grew older, I mean, I had my brother and I have a pretty big age difference. So, I mean, there's 8 years there. So I got to see him when he still believed in Santa. Like, still, we got to kind of participate in that. Like, one year, me and my sister decorated all of the downstairs and stuff and made it look like Santa came. And, like, we went full-on elf mode. Like, paper snowflakes everywhere, paper chains everywhere. It was so cool, and like being a part of it and like making Christmas fun for my brother was so much fun. Like that's probably one of my favorites. It's gotta be.
That's pretty cool.
So I guess with that question we're gonna be done for our Q&A. Thank you so much for coming back and reading my blogs, and you guys all just mean so much, and I couldn't thank you enough for participating and being here. If you have any questions or if you want to know any other questions that we didn't answer for you, leave them down in the comments and we'll try to get to them. I'll try to answer them as best and as fast as we can. As always, like, share, and comment on my posts. I mean, just thanks so much, you guys. Merry Christmas, happy Blogmas. Tomorrow we'll end the blog posting for Christmas. And thank you so much. Love always, bye Nichole Danielle.